a flag of peace unfurled. I shall serve my community, help achieve universal unity. To Rotary I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With a four-way test, I'll pursue my quest. If in my little way help attain peace in the world, I shall not have lived in above self, lend a hand to all who need my help. I'll give my spouse to involve in Rotary, and in Rotary ways I will train my family. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, live in our little way. Peace in the world, we shall not have lived in build a bridge for tomorrow's youth, strengthen nothing but the truth. Let's join our hands, there's no reason we'll divide. We shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, if in our little way of the day. Peace in the world, we shall not have lived in vain. Peace be achieved, we shall not have lived in vain.
by the power vested in me as President of this club, Rotary Club of Malate Prime, I call these 19 handover and 20 induction ceremonies to order.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're still having a great evening. And let's just still a great evening, right? Let's just think of it as a preview, exclusive preview for the club handover and induction of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. As they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So at this point, we would like to call on stage incoming President Romel Alan Rojas.
Fellow Rotarians and distinguished guests, officers of the Rotary International District 3810, past presidents, officers and members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime, immediate past President Carolina San Pedro, Rotary Club of Malate Prime's Charter President and past District Governor, Attorney Tranquil Salvador III, immediate past District Governor, our Champion Governor, Lisa V. Elorde, and spouse, First Gentleman, Johnny Elorde, COMELEC Spokesperson and Champion President, James Jimenez, Transformational President, Jimmy Sun Ocampo, and the Rotary International District 3810 Governor, Yodi Odi Tariela. Good evening. Today, in this unprecedented situation, the Rotary Club of Malate Prime is holding its 19th handover and 20th induction ceremonies. This is not only a day of celebration for us, but the start of transforming and adapting to the new normal, wherein Rotarians all over the world are given opportunity to use modern technologies and innovation, not only on this kind of activities and fellowship, but also to address the crisis and help those in need, even on the far-flung areas. This is just the beginning of a lot of things yet to come for the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. With the cooperation of all the officers and members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime and the unwavering support of our district officers and our beloved Governor, Odit Tariela, together, we will transform lives. Together, we will open doors of opportunities. It is our hope and prayer that we enjoy this evening and remember it as one of the milestones of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. Mabuhay ang Rotary International District 3810, mabuhay ang Rotary Club of Malate Prime. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you so much. Now we will carry on to the acknowledgement of more dignitaries and guests. We would like to acknowledge SDG Edwin Chu from Rotary Club of Bagong Bayan, Manila. And also SDG Joey Gabat from Rotary Club of Ramon Magsaysay. And SDG Tess Tai from Rotary Club of Chinatown, Manila. Also, we would like to acknowledge some non-Rotarian guests, Dr. Romeo Fernandez, Mrs. Nerissa David, and Mr. Gonzalo David Jr. Good evening, sir. Mrs. Sonia Badrian. Good evening. Dr. Abigail Ignacio. Dr. Virginia Gavanes. And Engineer Villamor Ignacio. We would like also to acknowledge IPDG, this was acknowledged earlier, IPDG Lisa Elorde and FG Johnny Elorde. Good evening once again. Champion President James Jimenez, Champion Marie Brelia from Rotary Club of Mabini, Manila, and Transformational President Marilyn Ibarra from Rotary Club of Manila South. All right. So at this point, I would like to bring on stage someone that is responsible for the chartering of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. To give an inspirational message, please welcome Charter President Tranquil Salvador.
Good evening to everyone. District Governor Odi Tariela, IPDG Lisa Elorde, district officers who are with us, maybe not physically present with us, but watching through virtual meetings, our transformational president Jimmy, and other transformational presidents watching right now, our champion president Carol, good evening, and of course, past presidents of my club. We are truly honored to have you here. And of course, we have here DILG USEC Epimaco Tensing. Good evening. You know, every year, I'm given this rare opportunity to honor an outgoing president and at the same time to welcome an incoming president. This has been a tradition in my club for the last 18 years. And honestly, I'm deeply honored with this opportunity. Let me give you a little background of my club, most especially those who are present with us just for tonight. This club has been in existence for almost 20 years. We have been here for, we've had 19 years and 20 years of course, handover. 19 years of handover and existence of around that time also. You know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, but we've struggled, and I think we have been victorious through the years. That is why I'm truly proud to thank our outgoing president, immediate past President Carol. Immediate past President Carol is an officer. She is an officer in our police force. And despite her busy schedule, she has shared her time with us. And she has been an outstanding Rotarian. Let me give you a little background of how she was or how she became a member of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. You know, she was not originally a member of our club. I met her when she was introduced to me by a past president. Okay, by a past president. And when I met her, she was about to form just a new club. She was just to form a new club and she was supposed to be the charter president. But having had a chance to be with us, having had a problem with the formation of her club, I don't know what the reasons were, she joined us in a number of activities up until the time she already embraced Rotary Club of Malate Prime. She's a mother. Imagine, she's a mother, she is a Rotarian, and she is an officer. And she has truly served this club well. So I would want to salute you, Champion President Carol, for an outstanding performance. Now, my incoming president is Transformational President Jimmy. Jimmy, to some, is a person who just smiles a lot, very easy to deal with, right? He smiles a lot, very easy to deal with. I think if you have, you are in need of something, he will be ready to assist you. Tama? Kaya maraming kaibigan si Jimmy. There's many friends. But only quite, let's say, just recently did I learn that this guy is a media guy. He has been with DZMM for more than 2 decades. He is now with DZAR, and he has been doing public service for the longest time. And you will be surprised that he came from a family of businessmen and businessmen. And you know what their product was? And I'm quite certain for those of you who are here with us and those of you who are watching us tonight would know what their products were. It's G, your hair smells terrific. You remember that? G, your hair smells terrific was their product. Not only were they distributing it, they were manufacturing it in the Philippines. I still remember when I was in college that was the shampoo I enjoyed using. And they also manufactured and distributed caronia. But take note, I don't use caronia. Okay? I don't use that. But having said that, we have a president who is equipped. Equipped not only because he's a businessman, not only because he's a media man. He is a person who has a big heart, who's ready to serve, who's ready to take responsibility for the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. And we have good, we are looking for very good opportunities in the future with our club. And with this, I am very happy, although, I rarely go out. And this is just one of the few instances that I go out and to have socials. Because, of course, this is our club. This is our club. I would want to be with you. I would want to enjoy a night with you. And I look forward to a fruitful evening with every one of you. So again, congratulations, Transformational President Jimmy. I wish you all the best. The Rotary Club of Malate Prime will be behind you in this year.
So we would be requesting PEG Tranquil Salvador to stay on stage, and we would like to call on President-elect Romel Rojas, Transformational President Jimmy Ocampo to join us to give PEG Tranquil the token of appreciation. And we would also like to request CP Jimmy Ocampo to introduce our guest speaker.
Good evening. Our guest speaker tonight is the Undersecretary for Operation of the DRLG. He is widely known as an activist, a pro-poor, and an environmentalist. He graduated from De La Salle University of Manila with a double degree in BSc Accounting and AB Humanities, and was bestowed the Most Outstanding Student Leadership Award. A licensed CPA, a certified management accountant, he finished his master's in business administration with a gold medal for academic distinction at the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. He is a recipient of successful recognition, De La Salle University's 10 Outstanding Young Men, Most Outstanding Student Legislator, Haba, International Champion, Debaster on Human Rights. In short, my compadre is the one responsible for the beautification of the Boracay. Yan ang pinaka-short. And also the Manila Bay. Let's welcome Yusek Epimaco Densing III.
Thank you very much, incoming President Jimmy Ocampo. Well, first of all, I'd like to confess that I came here primarily to support my good friend Jimmy Ocampo in his oath-taking as incoming President of Rotary Club Malate Prime. And I never thought that he will let me work tonight because I'm supposed to relax by eating and listening to your ceremonies tonight. But it is an honor for me to give him this opportunity to speak before you tonight. I'd like to recognize, of course, my favorite lawyer, attorney, charter president and past district governor, Attorney Tranquil Salvador. Just now that I found out that you're the charter president of Manila Rotary Club Malate Prime. Of course, a recognition also to immediate past President Carol San Pedro, who is our officer from the Philippine National Police, and other incoming officials and past officials of Rotary Club Malate Prime. Good evening to all. Well, I expected Jimmy to know the standard of introducing me because I've been introduced several thousand times the past 4 years since I assumed office under the Duterte administration. So I was wondering why he had to read when he had to simply say that our guest for tonight is the dashing and debonair DILG Undersecretary. Zero lang po yun. Well, it's just one of the few days that the Interagency Task Force on the emerging infectious diseases finished their meeting early. No? We usually start our meeting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we stand on a standard basis and our meeting between either 8 o'clock in the evening or up to 10 o'clock in the evening. But for today, we fortunately finished at 6 o'clock, and this is the reason why I'm here tonight, to grace the occasion of this turnover ceremony for President Jimmy Ocampo. And mind you, for the past 8 weeks, our country has been, our government has been successful in containing the spread of the disease of COVID-19. Prior to October of this year, we have been averaging 3,000 to 4,000 infections a day, with Metro Manila garnering more than 50 to 60% of those infections. But the past 2 weeks has been past 2 months was very instrumental. The fact that we're able to contain the disease, and as of the last 4 weeks, the average infection, daily infection of our country has gone down to 1,600 a day, with the National Capital Region registering infections less than 1,000. So a big hand to our government for being able to do that. That's quite an achievement, considering that we have already achieved the 5% infection rate, that the standard that the World Health Organization has standardized all over the world. Our case fatality rate is also one of the lowest in the world, where the average is around 2.4% case fatality rate, while in our country we are doing case fatality rate of 1.9%. So we have been successful in doing so. But what is important right now is our transformation from our focus on making sure that every Filipino is contained away from the disease and minimize the death rate in our country. From the very beginning, we already had a very decisive decision made by our President by declaring a lockdown as early as the middle of March of this year. The lockdown has prevented the spread of the disease. As of today, we have close to 320,000 infections for 10 months. Had we not declared a lockdown in mid of March of this year, which lasted for around 4 weeks, case infection of our country would have already reached 1 million by today. So it was a very timely and decisive decision. It had a very negative impact in our economy, considering that all the economic gains that our country had made prior to the COVID-19 pandemic has already all been wiped out. Economics-wise, prior to the pandemic, our country, under the first 4 years under the Duterte administration, our gross domestic product growth rate, or GDP growth rate, averaged 6.6% a year, the third fastest in our region. Our unemployment rate registered the lowest ever in the history of our country for the last 2 decades, garnering an unemployment rate of 4.5% in the last quarter of 2019. And we have been hailed to reach the level of a middle-class economy a few years from now, before the year our President Duterte will end his term. However, the pandemic came into the picture. Our problem when we started the lockdown, and in the first 6 months after the lockdown, was that we are now technically today under a period of economic recession. When we talk about economic recession, it means at least 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. In the first quarter this year, when the pandemic came into the picture, in the first quarter we had a negative GDP growth. In the second quarter, we have the worst GDP growth in the history of our country since the 80s, with a negative 16.9. And in the third quarter, while there is an improvement, we are still at a negative 11.5% GDP growth. If we cannot be aggressive enough to open our economy for more economic activities and businesses, we are expected to be in the lower 20% of the world's economy, below the lowest growth rate. In fact, in Asia, we're expected to be the lowest, or one of the lowest in our region. So the focus right now, or the attention right now of our government, is to make everybody go out and continue and start the economic activities without giving up, without setting aside the minimum public health standards of wearing your face mask, sanitizing our hands, and promoting physical distance. And more importantly, my gut feel, which made the improvement in our containment of the spread of the disease, the wearing of the face shield. So if we continue to do business without giving up, setting aside the minimum health standards, we can do right. In fact, for this year, it is only the government or government spending which has kept our economy afloat. If we look at the expenditure side in the GDP criteria, it is your household consumption, which is down 15% in the second quarter and around 9% in the third quarter. Remember, household consumption is 70% of our GDP. Investments is down by an average of 28%. And we have problems with construction because private construction specifically, is down 47% at an average for the last 2 quarters. And of course, net export is also down. It is only government spending which has kept our economy afloat. Government spending is up by 9%, 12% on the average, and we have spent more than 400 billion pesos to be able to contain the spread of the disease and to ensure that every Filipino will have money to buy food on their table. But right now, we are now aggressively pushing our economy to return to its normalcy, and you as businessmen are very critical in this aspect. So I implore you that while we are opening our economy, while we're going back into business, while we're asking people to go out of their houses to spend, please continue to communicate aggressively to our fellow Filipinos, to our neighbors, to our relatives, to our family, not to forego the minimum health standards, which has been the reason why we have kept our containment, or have kept the spread of the COVID-19 in our country for the last 10 months. Again, washing of hands, physical distancing, face mask, and face shield. But more importantly, we are in the situation where we have a problem, a health issue, a health crisis, which has no solution as of today. Our government right now is in the process of trying or doing trials of several vaccines, and once we approve such specific vaccines for us to immunize our fellow Filipinos, that will be done only in the middle of 2021. And if we fail to communicate, and this was what we have met a while ago, if we fail to communicate the specific vaccine that we intend to procure by January or February of this year, if we become very slow in making that communication, in choosing the vaccine, we may end up procuring the vaccine only in the first quarter of 2022. And that is the reason why we are doing this aggressive trials, and hopefully we can communicate what specific vaccine we are going to acquire by the first quarter of 2021, so that hopefully we can procure and import these vaccines by middle of this year. We pray that our leaders, please pray for our leaders that they be given the wisdom to be able to make the decisions right away. In this government, what is critical is making the right decisions. In this government of President Duterte, what is important is the whole of government approach, the whole of nation approach. In other words, in making sure that we are successful in what we are doing, we are not limiting ourselves to one agency only. When we rehabilitated Boracay, it was not the DALG alone. It was not the Department of Tourism alone, nor was it the Department of Environment and Natural Resources alone. It was a combination of many agencies of government to ensure that we become successful in the rehabilitation of Boracay. And we were able to do it successfully. Manila Bay Rehabilitation is now being rehabilitated through an interagency task force. Our success in the consistency of fighting illegal drugs has been the most successful fight for the last 4 years of any country around the world. Considering that we were able to make 1.3 million Filipino drug addicts to surrender to government just to tell them we don't want to do drugs anymore. Please help us rehabilitate. And this has already been recognized by the international bodies of the United Nations of our fight against illegal drugs. The communication was correct, attacking both the supply and the demand side. Our economy was there because, as we've said in the very beginning, to be able to improve our economy, the foundation of economic growth will always be peace and order. And it is only the government of President Duterte which was able to address that. Peace and order, and more importantly, being able to bring back to the fold of the government many of the cadres or former rebels who used to be in the mountains. And it is only now, at the time of President Duterte, that many of those in the leftist organizations are now hiding left and right because for the first time, they have been exposed of what they've been doing against the Filipino youth, recruiting them to be part of the National New People's Army. That has already been addressed. And hopefully by the end of 2022, we will be able to address this and all the programs of President Duterte, which has been successful in his administration, be carried over in the next administration. That's why it's very critical for us to be able to choose the right leader who will consistently implement the right programs which has been proven successful under this administration for the next 10 to 12 years. So with that, what is important right now, and this is something that I always say as a message to where I go to, especially for professional organizations, there is one thing that the President has changed, which many of us has already felt. This is a change of our culture as Filipinos. Our problem is not necessarily the system of government, the structure of government, but it is the culture of the Filipino. The culture of the Filipino of indifference. Kultura ng pagkawalang pakialam. That has been our problem for many, many decades, for many, many administrations. That's why many administration has failed. Because of the Filipinos, the ordinary Filipinos, culture of indifference. Walang pakialam ang ating mga kababayan. But under the term of President Duterte, it's for the first time that the overseas Filipino workers, the ordinary Filipino, goes out and becomes part of the whole governance process. This has been the message why we are successful also in our ease of doing business, because the ordinary Filipino, who is not necessarily a public official, becomes part of the governance process. They tell us what's happening on the ground, and government is responding to that communication to government. Hindi na po tayo mga Pilipinong walang pakialam. Kaya nga tayo mga Pilipino ngayon nagmamahal na sa bayan. Isang kaugalian na nawala sa atin. The value of patriotism, the value of loving our country. We are now starting to love our country again. And as professionals, this is something that we have to teach our family, our business organizations, our neighbors, of course, more importantly, organizations such as the Rotary Club. Mahalin natin ang ating Pilipinas, makialam tayo sa pagpapatakbo ng ating gobyerno. And as a last message, what is important right now is for us to be able to answer a very important question, a continuing question that we have to answer on a regular basis. And what is that question? The question of change. The question of change is no longer a question of what is change. That is irrelevant. The relevant question today is not what is change, but who is change. That is the relevant question that we have to answer regularly. And fortunately, while we overlooked the answering that question in the past, the answer to that question, right now many of us know the answer. Before we used to overlook it. The answer to the question of who is change is very simple.
It is I who is changed. It is you who is changed. It is Rotary Club who is changed. We are changed. And if you put that answer to that question in our hearts and minds, we will truly be able to change our country and put our country back to the pedestal where we are, economically, culturally, all over the world. So with that, thank you very much for this invitation. And again, President Jimmy Ocampo, for letting me work tonight. I was supposed to just to relax and eat, but it is a great honor to be with you tonight, tonight for this very momentous occasion. Thank you very much and good evening. I'd like also to acknowledge, biglaan nga kasi na hindi ako nakakuha ng pangataong i-acknowledge. I'd like also to acknowledge immediate past District Governor Liza V. Elorde, and First Gentleman Johnny Elorde, and of course my very good friend, Attorney James Jimenez. Maraming ginagawa sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Yusek Epimaco Densing III. I was trying to look for a teleprompter somewhere here because it seems that he has a prepared speech in a teleprompter, but it's very impressive that he was able to deliver that speech that way. So thank you so much again, sir. And at this point, I would like to bring back on stage again President-elect Jimmy to introduce our next guest speaker.
Right now, we would like to acknowledge the arrival of our good friend from MMDA spokesperson, Celine Pillalago.
Yes!
And next, we would like to hear some inspirational message from Secretary Harry Roque.
So thank you so much, Spokes Harry Roque, for that inspiring message. And at this point, we would like to acknowledge, because Spokes Harry Roque sent someone to receive the plaque of appreciation, and it's no other than the consultant of the Office of Presidential Spokesperson and founding chairperson of the Philippine Alliance of Retired Educators. Please welcome on stage to receive the plaque of appreciation for Secretary Harry Roque, Dr. Abigail Ignacio.
Good evening, everyone. To all the officers and members of the Rotary Club Malate Prime, thank you so much for giving me the honor to receive the plaque of appreciation of the spokesperson, Secretary Harry Roque. Thank you. Rest assured that this plaque will be received by the spokesperson as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ignacio. And at this point, we would like to acknowledge more guests, this time from the Rotary Club of Batangas. We would like to acknowledge President Jenny Utalan. And also Secretary Arnel Pula with spouse Evelyn Pula. Good evening, welcome. And Asset Fritz Utalan. Good evening. And at this point, we would like to carry on to drawing some winners of our raffle. So we will draw how many? Maybe 5 winners. So our first winner is Sonia Bartchan. Congratulations. Next winner of our raffle is Rotarian Justin. With a last name. Sorry. Justin Sabalboro. And next winner is Nerissa David. Congratulations. you may just approach us here and to get your prizes. And maybe we'll have 2 more. We will have more winners later on. I think there are around 20 prizes. So the next winner is Henry Monzones. Congratulations. And our 5th winner, Dr. Romeo Fernandez. Congratulations. Okay, so at this point, we would proceed to getting to know more about what happened to the previous Rotary year under the leadership of our champion president. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's an audio presentation of champion president Carol San Pedro. Congratulations. And this time, we would like to continue with our raffle. Maybe we could draw like 5 more winners. So, congratulations to President Jenny Untalan. Alright, and then next winner, Rotarian Jesus Cardenas. Rotarian Jesus Cardenas. Congratulations. And congratulations also to IPP Carol San Pedro. IPP. So congratulations, champ.
Hi, Sonia. Hello.
I'll take picture.
Our ninth winner is Rotarian Joey De La Cruz. And one more, FG Johnny Elorde. Congratulations. Okay, so while some of you are still having dinner, enjoying your meals, we would like to present to you an intermission number, and this is a song number by Jaira Marie Isabel Carranza. Let's give her a round of applause. All the incoming officers and directors to please come up on stage. And we would also like to request PDG Tranquil Salvador for the charging.
Yes, good evening again to everyone. District Governor Odi Tariela, IPDG, Lisa Elorde, and First Gentleman Johnny Elorde, district officers with us tonight, and of course, Transformational President Jimmy, and our officers and directors in our club. You know, I am really honored to do this tonight. Why? Because charging is an important and solemn ceremony in Rotary. We've been doing this for the last 19 years, and in fact, this is one of those nights that I've been given the chance to be able to talk to you. It is a good time to refresh and remind us, ourselves, officers and directors of the club, of our duties and responsibilities to this club. It is even more significant because I will charge the members of my own club. Actually, when past President Don called me and reminded me, I was a bit hesitant because the tradition is, it is a past district governor from other clubs who would charge. But I took it as a great opportunity to be able to talk to you. In fact, we have recently conducted our membership seminar, for those of you who have attended, to address our objectives and that of Rotary International. But I think it's very important not to remind you, because we have reminded you to pay your dues, to attend our meetings, to participate in our activities, right? But I think, let me remind you with just a few things. Number one, let us relive the past, but keep the bad memories behind, right? Let's try to remember our good history. But of course, these are not all good things. But let us what? Set aside the bad memories. Our past history makes us stronger as a club. Number two, let us be happy. Right? Let us be happy as a club with what we have done for the community. Because little things that we do will change and uplift the lives of our communities. In fact, I would like to commend you for the numerous projects that we've had, even during the pandemic. You know, I was talking to our President Jimmy, our immediate past President Carol, and past President Don, President Nilda, past President Nilda. I'm really surprised with the tremendous effort that we've been doing. What I could tell you is this: just be careful that no one from among our members will contract COVID. Always be careful. And I am reminded by the Epictetus. He said, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Number three, let us learn to face failure. Some people are afraid to fail. Is it bad to fail? Well, of course, sometimes we get disappointed when we fail. But please, take note that failure makes us stronger, and failure means we need to improve. Failure makes us what? Or lays the foundation of our what? Progress in our club. So let us not be afraid of failure. In fact, our club, I cannot deny this, has had failures along the way. Just like a young person before, we fell like a toddler, but we stood up. And we're stronger after 19 years and going on our 20th year. The next that I would like to remind you with is let us be optimistic. Is that right? Let us be positive. Every day is a new day. Every activity of our club is a new activity where our club can shine and be of service to our community. And finally, let us not blame others. Tama ba yun? Yes. Let us not keep blaming and blaming others. If something unsettling happens to us or to our club, we may be a part of it. And let us not point to another person. So we have to take responsibility and not only blame people. Now, I think as a final word before you're actually inducted, okay, or placed under oath by our district governor, I think this is an appropriate time to say this. And please always remember this, as members of this esteemed club, the Rotary Club of Malate Prime, our standard in this club is what? Community service. Take note, the standard in this club is community service. The flag that we carry in this club is commitment. Remember that, commitment. And our blood in this club is loyalty. We stood this long because of our loyalty to this club. With this, are you ready to be charged?
Yes!
Thank you very, very much, Pastor Governor Tranquil Salvador, as always, for a very, very nice charging. I'm doing this on behalf of the Honorable Governor of District C810, Governor Yodi Odi Tariela. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been duly elected as, state your position. Of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. For Rotary year 2020-2021. Do hereby solemnly swear. That I will discharge faithfully. To the best of my ability. The duties and responsibilities of my position. That I will abide by and uphold. the provisions of the Constitution and bylaws of Rotary International and that of my club, ever putting into practice Rotary's motto, service above self, and that I will promote this year's theme, Rotary opens opportunities. All this I willingly pledge, without any mental reservation, nor purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations!
Gob. Sa gitna na si Gob, group picture.
Okay lang siguro.
Okay, siguro okay na yan, ganyan na lang. Para huwag kang galaw.
Ganyan na lang.
Dito lang po. Alright. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, official na.
Yung may-ari nito na.
Okay. And after their photo op, it will be followed by the presentation of the gift and the plaque.
Sa pa-sir, tingin lang po dito. Dito lang po. Yan.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carol, here.
Okay. Thank you.
This is the plaque.
Tayo dun sa ano tayo dun sa may aling, ano sabi ko? Radio station niya.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the man of the hour, Transformational President Jimmy Ocampo.
Good evening po. Governor Odi Tariara, past District Governor Lisa Elorde, past District Governor Salvador Tranquil. We will start the first page of my 10 pages. First question. Why you choose Rotary Club? For the newbies or the newcomers, some of you will say, nandyan yung mga idols, yung mga kilalang personality ay nasa Rotary. That's why they want to join the Rotary. And some of them will say, because of the friendship and the fellowship. For me, it's an honor to be a Rotarian. For this time of pandemic, one of our classmates, TP Dr. Fidel Malbas of RITM, calls for the medical needs. Immediately, we are the PE responds immediately, and the project continues up to now. It's really proud to be the part of it. As our motto, we serve. Let's go back to our mother club. Look, it's 20th induction. Along the way, we share our differences. For the 19 past president, and especially, we acknowledge our charter president, past district governor Salvador Tranquil. As the saying, a leader must bring people together and not to divide. So Rotary Club of Malate Prime, we work as one. We work as one. Now, it is our gratitude that at this time of pandemic, we can share our time together. And may Almighty God bless us all. Thank you.
Sister clubs to get ready for the sisterhood agreement, for the signing of the sisterhood agreement.
Yeah, start. Na kayo ay forever.
Wala bang mga ninuot dito?
May kasama hong cheque po yan, ha? So, pakipangalan na lang po sa pangalan ko po. Pangalan ko ay Rogelio de la Rosa, ganun pa rin. Exchange po. Yeah. Mike? Sige. Tanggalin ko lang muna po.
Mike, raffle na Mike. Raffle na.
Chief, sapuan.
Okay, so joining us tonight, we would like to acknowledge also the presence of Mr. Nap Marilag from Dugong Alay Dugtong Buhay Foundation. Good evening. And he is accompanied by the very beautiful and will also join here on stage to give a short message. The very beautiful spokesperson of MMDA, please welcome Miss Celine Pialago.
Ikaw talaga, Sir Jimmy. Mahilig ka sa surprises. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening to our District Governor Odi Tariala, sir. Magandang gabi po. To our past District Governor, Madam Liza Elorde. Madam. To our past District Governor, of course, Attorney Tranquil Salvador. Hello, sir. To Dr. Abigail Ignacio. Madam. And of course, to a very good friend, DILG Undersecretary Epi Densing, Yusek. And of course, to our COMELEC spokesperson, Director James Jimenez. Com. Hi sir, sobrang daming familiar faces at sobrang dami pong kaibigan na nandito ngayong gabi. But first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you sa inyo pong 19th handover and 20th induction ceremony. And of course, to my very good friend, our transformational president, Mr. Jimmy Ocampo. Sir? Ayan. Greetings to everyone. Thank you for having me as one of your guests. Actually, I'm not expecting to speak on stage, but as you know, outside of my duties as the spokesperson of MMDA, where we talk about traffic every day, U-turn slots, clearing operations, flood control mitigation projects, public safety, everything about Metro Manila, I started an initiative called Malasakit Movement. Maiba naman, wag naman puro MMDA. My organization is a non-government organization where we link donors to anyone needing help. In fact, we have helped 1 million families in just 1 year. We celebrated our anniversary last month. Among the things we did was to give out food donations, medical supplies before and during the pandemic. And we also gave tablets and other devices to students for their online class. I know that our Rotary clubs has long been doing this. And it is one of the most recognizable names in charitable causes. Sobrang dami po naming partners na Rotarian. At kagaya po ng nanaisan ng aming organization, ang nais lang din po nila ay tumulong. Sabi nga ho nung bata pa ako, pag member ka daw ng Rotary, mayaman ka. Totoo ba yun? Totoo, no? Medyo. Sabi nila sa akin, pag member ka ng Rotary, talagang may sinasabi ka, no? At saka samahan ng mga may sinasabi talaga at mga nagagandahang lalaki. Pinasubo mo ako dito, kaya magagandang lalaki talaga. At magagandang binibini at mga ginang, of course, no? Lalaki lang. That's why I really consider it as a good thing when many charitable groups join forces. Napaka-importante po nun. It gives us all a chance to pool our resources and help much more people than we normally can. As MMDA spokesperson, I am also aware how the Rotary Club has helped MMDA. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, ha? Maraming salamat. You have given masks and other equipments to help our enforcers. Most of the Rotary clubs has also helped in informing the public about road rules and safety. Thank you. Ilang beses din po akong naimbitahan na mag-conduct ng mga seminars ng mga Rotary clubs at hangad po ninyo ang kagandahan at kaayusan, hindi lang po ng Metro Manila, pati ng buong bansa. Actually, buong mundo. So, MMDA has always been appreciative of this help. Ngayong gabi, I would also like to maximize this night to share a project that has been saving lives for more than 25 years. Alam kong magiging magandang pagkakataon po ito na makilala po ninyo ang President and Founder ng Dugong Alay Dugtong Buhay, si Mr. Nap Marilag. He is a member also of, hindi po siya taga-MMDA pero parte po siya ng aming organization also, which is Malasakit Movement. Dugong Alay Dugtong Buhay has been there for almost 25 years. Nagkakilala po kami ni Sir Nap Marilag sa building po ng MMDA nung siya po ay nakasalubong ko and asked for a selfie. He gave his calling card, written dun sa calling card niya, founder and president ng Dugong Alay Dugtong Buhay. Months passed. Then after a while, may nasagasaan po kaming traffic constable ng isang truck, no, sa kabaan po ng EDSA at nangailangan po ng dugo. Tinawagan po namin lahat ng mga organizations, claiming that they have free bloods. Unfortunately, wala pong nangyari. And all of a sudden, I remember a little boy, a little guy na nakasalubong ka sa MMDA office. I looked for his calling card, then I called him. When I called him, ang sabi niya, Asek, ibigay mo lang yung pangalan at papuntahin mo sa akin. After that, tinawagan ko siya ulit. Sabi ko lang sa kanya, Sir Nap, anong gagawin? Di, ma'am, tatawagan na ho natin. Then after a while, dumating po yung dugo doon sa nangangailangan nang wala pong kahit piso na hiningi ang organization ni Sir Nap. From there, nung una, akala ko pinipiaran lang ako ni Sir Nap. Di ba may gano'n, ba? That's normal, that's normal. So, nasubukan ulit ng ilang mga traffic constable na nangailangan po ng dugo. At 4 po sa miyembro ng aking pamilya ang natulungan mo, Sir Nap, nung nangailangan po ng dugo. Kahit po sa Cebu at sa Davao ay nakakarating po ang dugong alay, dugtong buhay. Nung kami po ay nagsanib puwersa, na-realize ko, kami relief. Ang relief, 5 kilong bigas man yan, pagdating ho ng 2 araw, 3 araw, ubus na yan. Pero ho yung dugo, panibagong buhay po yung ibinibigay natin doon sa mga taong nangangailangan nito. Panibagong pagkakataong makapag-celebrate ng birthday, anniversary, at makasama po ang kanilang pamilya. Buhay po ang utang na loob sa organization mo, Sir Nap. And gusto ko kung makilala nila ngayong gabi ang dugong alay, dugtong buhay. So, palakpakan po natin si Sir Nap. At sana po maging parte po kayo niyan, no? Ang pinakamaganda pa pong adhikain ng dugong alay, dugtong buhay, na nakakatuwa talaga, meron silang mga heroic riders. So, may group chat yan. Kung sino yung pinakamalapit na rider, taxi driver, grab driver, sa hospital, at i-deliver po dun sa nangangailangan ng dugo, ay makakarating po kaagad. Wala pong hinihinging kapalit. Ang kapalit lang, sana makapag-conduct din po tayo ng bloodletting projects, no? Para maging prioridad naman po ang Rotary Club po na pinamumunuan po ng ating mga district directors. And of course, Sir GB. Okay, promise mo? Promise, good. So, thank you, Sir Nap, and I believe we can do a lot for fellow Filipinos while the pandemic is still around. But I am sure that there will also be much more to do even after this pandemic. We know that the needs of people will never cease. Pag bumaba ka nga sa ground, yung tulong parang hindi sasapat, parang laging kulang. And more people will turn up who genuinely help them. It is good to have organizations such as this, your Rotary Club, who are attuned to the needs of their fellow people and reach a helping hand out. I look forward to future projects and collaborations with you guys. Even kung MMDA po ang kailanganin ninyo, at your service po ako. If you need our help from Malasakit Movement, I'm your service. I'm here to serve at you. And of course, sana ho maging parte rin kayo ng dugong alay, dugtong buhay. I believe this will all be for the benefit of us and our society. Magandang gabi po, at maraming salamat.
The new members.
Guys, tingin lang kayo.
May I have your attention, please?
Silence, please. Silence, please.
Governor Audie Tariela, DILG, Undersecretary Pimako Dancing, Dr. Abigail Ignacio, MMDA spokesperson Asik Sabine, COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez, who happened to be my champion president also, Mr. Nap Marilag, Past District Governor Tranquil Salvador, DGE Robert Coa, DGN Joyce Ambre, members of the Council of Governors, Transformational President Jimmy San Ocampo, my champion President Major Carol San Pedro. I'd also like to greet one of my champion presidents who is here with us tonight, Champion Marie Brella, and SDG Christian Kiban, who used to be my SDG for Manila area. Officers and members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. District officers headed by D.S. Scott Aguilar, transformational and champion presidents, Rotaractors, fellow Rotarians, and guests, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. First, allow me to thank the Rotary Club of Malate Prime for inviting me and giving me the honor of charging your prospective members. I am delighted to be doing this live, in person. Allow me also to congratulate my champion president, Major Carol San Pedro. Excuse me. For a great Rotary year under her leadership of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. Champ Carol, you have been a solid club president, and I laud you for the many outstanding accomplishments that you did during your term. You're being awarded by no less than past Rotary International President Mark Maloney of a Presidential Platinum citation goes to show that you and your club worked beyond what was asked of you, which are marks of a true Rotarian leader. Not so many presidents in the Rotary world are given this platinum citation. And I guess you, your champion team, and your club should rejoice with this award, not to mention the other awards that I'm sure will be bestowed to you by the district when we had this during awards night on December 16 with the permission of Gov. Audi. I also would like to thank you, Champ Carol, and your champion team for the support that you have given me during my stint as your champion governor last Rotary year. Again, thank you so much. I am most delighted also to congratulate Transformational President Jimmy Ocampo and your team as you accept the leadership of your club tonight. For to accept this valued leadership of a 20-year-old club is to accept a challenge that will bring your club to a higher status of an amazing club that has been in the forefront of our district. And I am sure that you will have a great Rotary year, TP Jimmy. Charging. Okay, I will have to face my prospective members. Charging is a tradition in Rotary. In charging, the charging officer will explain to you what kind of organization you have joined in and the obligations that is expected of you. Hence, I will begin my charging by saying that the members are the lifeblood of our organization and that we value much every time a member is added to the portal. Tonight, we extend our hands to Jednadet Costa. Asan si Jednadet? Yun. Jesus Cardenas. Marichu Andamon. Tama ba? Tohami Andamon. Joey De La Cruz. Richard Bacani. Marisol Veluya. Enrique. Tama ba? Mirasol, sorry. Mirasol Veluya and Leonardo Santos. Prospective members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime who have been chosen and invited to join our prestigious organization called Rotary. Tonight, prospective members, after your induction, you will be included in the roster of the more than 1.2 million people of action that are looked up to in the humanitarian service aspect, because we Rotarians have changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world for 115 years now, since this was started by Paul Harris and his colleagues in Chicago in 1905. I would like to directly address our most important persons tonight. First, I would like to say welcome to the amazing world of Rotary. Jednadet, Jesus, Marichu, Tohami, Joey, Richard, Mirasol, and Reynaldo. Mga first name yun, ano? Hindi ko alam ang mga nickname. Rotary International is a very beautiful humanitarian organization in the world, whose primary motto is, ano bang primary motto? You know, di ba? Service above self. It is non-political and non-religious. We do not adhere to just one stand in politics, nor to just one belief in religion. We respect each other's line of thinking, and we believe that to bind us all together, fellowship must also be a practice among ourselves to strengthen our bonds, so the flow of serving others has its own joys and fulfillment. It might interest you to know that Rotary is present in more than 200 countries around the world. The member countries of Rotary are even greater than the member countries of the United Nations, which is just 193. You might ask, what makes our organization different or unique from the others? It is because we value most ethics. It is only Rotary that has a four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Dapat ito memorize nyo. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? If only everyone in this world will practice this, we will have the nicest planet on earth. Dear prospective members, I congratulate you on behalf of our fellow Rotarians here, for you have chosen the right path in engaging yourself to do service through Rotary and using your classification to advance our cause. Classification is very important in Rotary. It is your distinct and recognized business or professional service which you are rendering to society. May I let them know that Jednadette, Jesus, and Marichu are into recruitment and manpower agencies. Tuhami is a businessman. Joey is into construction services. Richard is an entrepreneur in food and beverage business. Mirasol is a retired police. And Ray is also a businessman. Kaya mag-ingat kayo kay Mirasol and kay my champion, President Carlos, which I am sure will diversify more the members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime. I would also like to thank your sponsors, past President Raul de Vera, Secretary Daisy Valdez, Rotarian Grace Piñon, IPP Carol San Pedro, and Rotarian Jasmine Castillo, for they know very well whom to recruit. Ang galing nyo mag-recruit. And because, palakpakan nyo naman yung mga nag-recruit sa inyo. And because they also sow in you your passion to help others. My dear prospective members, you might think that Rotary will just take advantage of your profession. Tama ba yun? Hindi, di ba? Please be reminded minsan that it is not just a one-way traffic for you. Through your membership, you will enjoy a network of business leaders and professionals, and we commit ourselves to do our part in making you feel welcome in the club and in the district. When we join Rotary, we become part of something bigger than ourselves. Beyond enriching our own lives and the lives of our family members, the relationships we build foster understanding across communities and cultures around the globe. We encourage you to learn all you can about Rotary by going to rotary.org after you have registered, and to strengthen your own leadership and communication skills by actively participating in the activities of the club, including, bakit wala pala kayong mga mas? Ako meron. Including attending club meetings. Hindi, okay na. Huwag nyo lang i-post yan, mapapagalitan tayo. Including attending club meetings, which I suppose is being done virtually, and service projects which you can participate when mass gathering is already allowed. You will be provided many opportunities through your Rotary Club and our district now headed by Gov. Odi Tariela to enhance and expand your professional and personal skills. And these opportunities can provide great value to you. Service to others through club service, vocational, community, new gen, and international service, all geared towards the areas of focus of Rotary, will be available to you. But of course, in all of these opportunities being open to you in your membership, there are also dues that must be complied. You must pay your monthly dues, which is determined by your club, which also includes your membership dues to RI. I guess these are very minimal compared with the joy and satisfaction that you will experience when you see a child smile because you provided him with basic education and a safe drinking water, a mother's sigh of relief because you helped their kids avoid the disease by giving them medicines and sending them to the hospital, a father's comfort because you helped him look for a job and taught him the skills to earn a living, a community's peace because you helped solve a conflict, and a good environment because you show them the importance of planting a tree and cleaning their surroundings. So many more opportunities that you can do, that at the end of the day, you can say with pride, I have helped someone today, and I am living a good life for others. May I also add that your gift to the Rotary Foundation by donating an amount dear to your heart is also very much welcome. TRF uses this in so many ways, and your donations will also go a long way in uplifting the lives of so many people globally. Dear prospective members, I and your fellow Rotarians here, especially your Rotary Club of Malate Prime, see in you the mark of a true Rotarian leader. And your enthusiasm to be with us in service to others. We all hope that after today, you will treasure your commitment to be a valued Rotarian and will stay in the organization for the rest of your life. Wala hong mawawala, okay? Always mindful that service to others is the greatest fulfillment that you can do to yourself. After hearing all that I have said, may I now ask you, are you now ready to be inducted as members of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime and be considered as a Rotarian in heart, in mind, and in soul, in service to others? Isa pa nga, mukhang mahina. Kailangan maninig-dinig ko ang audience bukod sa inyong transformation. Isa pa, are you now ready to be inducted as members?
Yes.
Yun. Without resounding yes, Transformational President Jimmy, your prospective members, Jednadet, Jesus, Marichu, Tohami, Joey, Richard, Mirasol, and Reynaldo, who will soon be your new members, are now ready to be inducted. Thank you very much and congratulations in advance.
Yeah!
Transformational President Jimmy, your prospective members are now ready to be inducted. Thank you. Thank you very much. Boxing na. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob!
Thank you.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Can you please rise?
Nakatayo ka na.
Only rise.
Okay. Okay.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Sige na, sir. Sa occasion.
I
I,
state your name.
Venezuela,
Having been admitted as member of the Rotary Club of Malate Prime,
having been admitted as member of Rotary Club,
Malate Prime,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will discharge faithfully
that I will discharge faithfully,
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my abilities,
the duties and obligation of a member,
the duties and obligations of a member,
that I will abide by
that I will abide by
and uphold the provisions
and uphold the provisions
of the Constitution
of the Constitution
and bylaws of Rotary International
and bylaws of Rotary International
and those of my club,
and those of my club,
ever putting into practice
ever putting into practice
Rotary's motto, service above self,
Rotary's motto, service above self,
and that I will promote
that I will promote
this year's theme,
this year's theme,
Rotary Opens Opportunities.
Rotary opens opportunities.
All this I willingly pledge,
All this I willingly pledge,
without any mental reservation,
without any mental reservation,
nor purpose of evasion.
nor purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
We would like to call past District Governor Liza Elorde and past District Governor Tranquil Salvador to join us here on stage. And also past President Mercy Ong, past President Philip Edquiban, past President Renelda Reluya, past President Carolina San Pedro, past President Don Brabante, and President-elect Romel Rojas.
Ten.
Congratulations po. Yes po. Donate ka man naman. Tama, sisiyo kay Nalden? Kay Nalden. Mentor ko yan. Oh, mamaya. Nandiyan na ba yung pin? Papayaran? Magiging ko yung matatanggap yung ba?
Hindi.
Alright, naka-live. Naka-live.
Dito po kayo.
Di ganyan. Ano harap-harap?
Pupusasan na po kayo ni Ma'am Carol. Inspirational quotes. Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Ay, picture mo!
Bye.
Naku, nakalimutan tong mga to. Oh.
Okay.
I want to be a Rotarian for the world. Make the Rotary flag as the flag of peace unfurled. I shall serve my community, help achieve universal unity. Rotary, I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With a four-way test, I'll pursue my quest. Given my little way, I'll attain peace in the world. I shall not have lived in vain. Service above self, lend a hand to all who need my help. I'll get my spouse to involve in Rotary, and in Rotary race I will train my family. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, living our little way help attain peace in the world. We shall not have lived in vain. Build a bridge for tomorrow's youth, strengthened by nothing but the truth. Let's join our hands, there's no reason we'll divide. We shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, giving our little way of the day. Peace in the world, we shall not have lived in vain. Peace be achieved, we shall not have lived in vain. as the flag of peace unfurled. I shall serve my community, held achieve universal unity. To Rotary I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With a four-way test, I'll pursue my quest. If in my little way help attain peace in the world, I shall not have lived in vain. Above self, lend a hand to all who need my help. I'll give my spouse to involve in Rotary, and in Rotary ways I will train my family. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, live in our little way, help attain peace in the world. We shall not have lived in build a bridge for tomorrow's youth, strengthen mine, nothing but the truth. Let's join our hands, there's no reason we'll divide. We shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With a four-way test we'll pursue our quest, if in our little way of a day peace in the world, we shall not have lived in vain. Peace be achieved, we shall not have the flag of peace unfurled. I shall serve my community, help achieve universal unity. To Rotary I shall dedicate my all. World understanding shall be my cherished goal. With a four-way test I'll pursue my quest, if in my little way help attain peace in the world, I shall not have lived in above self, train my family. With a four-way test, we'll pursue our quest, live in our little way, help attain peace in the world. We shall not have lived in vain. Build a bridge for tomorrow's youth, strengthened by nothing but the Let's join our hands, there's no reason we'll divide. We shall all understand why the good Lord is our guide. With a four-way test, we'll pursue our quest, live in our little way of a day. Peace in the world, we shall not have lived in